you meat out of a freezer in the back of our truck, or
Okay.
you know, sell you pest control or whatever, those types of things. We're genuinely trying to help families. Like that's what we
Wow.
do.
That's powerful.
When you're at the door, like I want you to pay less money to your utility company.
That's what you're there to consult them on. That, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to save you money, and I don't want to take your money
Yeah.
and put you in a disadvantage financially.
Sure,
That's not my goal. It's not my job.
Right.
You know, everybody's got an electric bill, so eventually they're going to have to go solar anyway, and we just want to try to spread that message to them.
So you say eventually they're going to have to go solar anyway.
Correct.
So I'm going to kind of pick your brain here. What does that necessarily mean? Like they're going to have to go solar? Or is there going to be a change in the energy that's being produced out there?
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
Arizona has put it in writing now that they want to be completely renewable energy by 2050.
Really?
And that's a pretty, you know, hefty goal. And California is on their way.
Yeah.
And you know, some people, there's all kinds of opinions when you get into political stuff about, you know, why to go solar.
Yeah.
In reality, it's going to be more cost efficient for these power companies to have solar installed on homes.
Wow.
Most people don't think that's the case. They think that if I put solar, then the utility company is going to charge me more and more and more. And in reality, that's not the case, because you're actually helping your community.
Right.
Because you're creating energy locally that can't be created and stored locally because it's a city. So that actually feeds onto the grid, and your neighbors use some of that power that don't have solar. People don't realize that.
Wow.
But
so
you also get paid
like
for
a
it.
pool that the community can pull
Correct.
from as well. Interesting. Okay. All right.
So yeah, I mean, in that regard, you know, solar has just been something really great to me. I actually also, I'm known as like kind of the roofing guy here too.
Okay.
So I work with people to get a new roof through their insurance.
Oh wow.
A free roof actually.
Wow.
We pay for the deductible, but we run into situations with solar where people, you know, I don't know if it's cool if I tell you a little story about a customer of ours.
Please do. Yeah. We
So,
love testimonial here.
I was out in Florence, and I was training one of our guys.
Yeah.
And we were knocking doors, and we knocked on a door, and all of a sudden from the carport, this little old man came around the corner, and he was like shaking real bad and everything. And we started talking to him. I wasn't really sure what to expect.
Yeah.
Well, he's a retired gentleman. He was a Vietnam War veteran.
Wow.
We went and sat down with him, and the reason he was shaking so bad and had some health problems is he got hit with Agent Orange.
Oh my goodness,
Well,
that was
he was
a
in
big
Vietnam.
time stuff back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah, mustard gas, I think is what it's called.
Yeah,
too.
and it's bad. So he has some neurological disorders and some things that have happened to him.
Wow.
You know, he's got to deal with going to the VA and all this stuff, but he's living on a fixed income. You know, retired. He's getting the Social Security every month. Well, sitting down with him and talking with him, you know, we figured out we could save him about $30 a month. He wasn't using very much electricity as it was.
Yeah.
But when he realized that we weren't taking any of his money, he was going to save an extra $30. He was extremely happy about that, because he's looking at it like, this $30 goes a long way for a guy who gets, you know, whatever it is, $1,100 a month in Social Security.
Yeah.
So
that's the only funds that he gets in. So those have to be allocated like to the penny, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
And you know, when you have a utility company, they give rate increases every year, and somebody who only has a fixed amount of money, that becomes very difficult to meet those demands.
Yeah.
Eventually, their budget is not going to enable them to pay that bill.
It's a reality that tons of Americans live with every single day. Yeah.
Absolutely. So as I spent more time with this gentleman, it became very clear that he didn't have a lot of interaction from his family and things like that. And I got to know this guy really well. I spent, you know, a couple hours with him the first time I was there, came back again to kind of finalize some things because he'd never used a computer.
Wow.
So I'm sitting in his home and I've got to get his APS usage history. So I'm trying to create him an APS account. He doesn't have an email, doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I'm actually doing way more than just, you know, I'm getting him set up. I'm setting up his auto bill pay for him so he doesn't have to worry about this stuff. And I'm trying to help this guy as much as I can. And in return, we went out there to do a site survey of his solar system.
Yeah.
And you couldn't see it from the front of the street, but if you went on the backside, his roof was destroyed.
Oh my goodness.
And so they didn't disqualify him, but said, we can't do anything.
You can't put a roof on there.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, totally.
There's no solar until the roof is fixed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a roofing guy.
Yeah.
So I went back into him. I said, hey, you know, Bob is his name. I said, Bob, you know, what home insurance do you have? He's like, well, I got USAA because I'm a veteran. And I was like, perfect. So I started to claim for him. And now he's getting a free roof, deductible covered. And when I went over to tell him that we were doing that, to see him tear up.
Yeah.
And to see him say, no one's ever really gone out of their way to do something for me before. Now, of course, I get benefit in doing this as well, because his insurance company will pay me.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
this guy is getting a new roof on this home that he owns.
At no cost to him.
At no cost to him.
Hey everyone, this is Andy Hansen. We really appreciate you taking the time to listen. Be sure to subscribe to the Run with the Sun podcast. You can find us on Apple, Google Play, and Spotify. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to hear all of the latest content. Be sure to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and lastly, go to our website, cheetahsolar.co, so you can subscribe to our monthly newsletter for all things solar. Thanks again for listening.